We're coming! I swear! Ghostface!
Hey,
Up
guys.
there! That is my chair. At least I thought. Right there. What's up, dude?
I already moved my chair so I could whoop your ass in 2K.
Now we're like really close for no reason because it's just us two. We didn't plan this out very well. It looks like we're a couple of buds, of course, is what I'm talking about. We're not homo. Nothing wrong with it, just saying. What are we talking about, though?
Moon Knight, episode 3.
Episode fucking 3, dude. We got to dive more into the mythologies of everything here.
You get to find out more about Khonshu.
What the fuck did you say?
Oh, that's hitting hard.
Khonshu?
You get to find out more about Khonshu.
Let me check.
You get to actually... Yeah, by the way, this is going to be a spoiler talk. It's kind of hard to talk about non-spoilers and then
little
move
bit,
into
yeah.
spoilers. So we're just going to... This is going to be an open spoiler talk. So if you've not seen it, come back later and watch it. You get to meet the gods. But you get to meet their avatars, not the gods themselves. You get to meet their avatars.
I kind of had a beef with, but didn't at the same time.
They did a lot in this episode. Like, this episode was huge.
I'm not gonna lie, it was almost felt like too much too
It
soon.
was a
and
little too
that
much.
kind of wore me out a little bit. Like I feel like I couldn't fully digest it, even though like I was digesting it. I got what was going on. I'm carrying on with the story. I'm not lost, but I felt like too much too soon. Like I didn't get to get a piece of something and I could linger on it. A piece of something I could linger on. It's like right as I got that, I'm like, okay, well I got to move on to that. So I never really got to embrace this yet.
Right.
That was kind of that thing, and you get it if it's only that's what it is, right? 6 episodes.
Yes.
So they kind of have to do that.
This
but
is
it's
the
also-
halfway mark already.
But it's like, damn, yeah. I was talking about that with Remy at work because he's watching it too. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, it's only episode 3, halfway through. It gets crazy.
It's so stupid. I hate these short episodes.
But it'll be fun to run back. It's just like almost like a mega
yeah,
movie.
just like a little 2.5, 3-hour movie.
No, I mean it'd be longer than
Well,
that. These are like 50-minute
Yeah,
episodes.
so about 4 hours.
Yeah, but like you take out like a Sunday and just attack it. It's like one long ass Marvel epic.
But yeah,
Pretty cool.
the scope of this episode was a lot bigger than the previous 2 episodes.
Agreed.
But they do not slow down with this Steven and Mark switcheroo thing. And this episode, you get to see more of Mark.
You don't get to see a lot of Steven.
You don't, but I love that. I love how now Mark is kind of fighting the same issues as Steven was fighting at the
Yeah.
beginning. And they introduced a third personality. If you caught it, they
Yeah.
were like, "Well, I didn't do it," and
did.
Mark said he
Put it
didn't
down right
do
here.
it.
Yeah, that
So-
was interesting. He's like, I'm not doing this either.
It
I was
could
like,
be
what
Jake
the?
Lockley
Like what? Jake Locker?
off the
Old quarterback.
comics. Another personality was Jake Lockley.
You think that's who it was?
It might be him, but
That was interesting.
yeah. Overall, the episode to me, I loved it. I love you get to see Moon Knight like full fighting Moon Knight. You get to see him stabbed with like 6 spears.
I love that because
And
we
then
got
they-
to see what he could endure
Yes.
even more.
Yeah, and you get to see Mr. Knight, who some people on the internet are comparing to Deadpool,
Yeah,
respectably. I can understand that. Just like it's more censored Deadpool.
yeah
But,
it works.
But yeah, that fight and then how he tears those spears out and kills all those guys in just like
Yeah.
one quick swift. You know, this show's got a lot to offer.
Yeah, this was the first time we really got to see Moon Knight like really full
Yes.
on brawl, which was really cool. I really did dig.
But
that.
I'm liking the mystery of it that they're doing. And you got to see a lot more Khonshu, daylight, nighttime.
They dropped the kid off the cliff. He's like, he's just a kid.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he
He's like,
won't
he'll
ju-
talk.
He just cuts the shit away and falls. Like, oh, I thought he.
The
thought
scene
he
I want to
would
talk about most is the sky changing. When they
Okay.
go back in
dive
time.
into that. I'm grabbing a beer real quick.
All right,
I'd like to
so
hear your thoughts on this.
so they find the star map and they have to go to a certain constellation in the sky some 2,000 years ago. And Khonshu says, I can turn back the stars, but I need, Moon Knight's help. And you have to do the same thing I do. Well, they change back time, but with the stars, like they realign the stars back to like 2,000 years ago, where they can read the map and then find out where Amit's tomb is.
Yeah, what is it? Ahmed?
It's Amit or something like
I
that.
thought it was not Ahmed, but like Ahmed.
AMMET, I think.
Is it?
On
Okay.
subtitles, I think that's what it says.
Okay, dude, I was trying to read the subs, but for some reason, My daughter's profile on Disney Plus, which is what I've been watching it on because I don't watch a lot of Disney Plus, was all in Chinese.
Ooh.
And I couldn't figure out how to change it. It was really distracting.
That's
It was
rough.
kind of taking me out of the episode. I'm like, what does that even say? And I'm like, I can hear it though. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't stop looking at these weird blocks of.
Yeah, I can see how they can fuck with
Yeah,
you.
it was weirding me out the whole time.
So, what kind of effects is this going to have? Because Khonshu was turned into stone
Yeah.
while this happened, so now the stars are aligned from 2,000 years ago. So, what does this mean for the MCU now? Like, are
Yeah.
all these people...
They could definitely change things.
Thanos is back, maybe. I mean, you got
Yeah,
Killmonger
how would
might
this
still be
tie
alive.
in?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this
The
could have like
repercussions of
major
that.
repercussions, which could lead into Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like
Because
what
I
we're
think
about
the
to see.
last episode of this comes out when Doctor Strange comes out,
Yeah, it makes sense. What is Doctor Strange about
May
3?
6th.
What is the thing?
So
Yeah, it's around the same ballpark, like 3 weeks away from
Is
this
it?
ending. 3 weeks till then, I'd say something like
so
that.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 more episodes,
Yeah,
3 more weeks.
it would
yeah.
line up perfectly. And
It
we're
comes
not-
out the
I'm-
night before Doctor Strange.
We're not saying that's gonna happen, but like that would be a wild little twist on things if they somehow plan this out that way, which they could be that calculated.
Oh,
Thanos
let's
makes an
talk
appearance
about-
in the multiverse. It'd be wild.
Arthur Harrow.
I was gonna say
In the
he's still
court, dude,
killing it.
you can hear him walking in the glass in his shoes. I'm loving this detail that they,
Yeah.
when it's a quiet room, he's walking through. It's
a little
in the Pyramid of Giza, and he's walking into this tomb, and dude, you can hear the glass as he's like walking on it, still in his shoes. I'm loving the detail that they're doing that. Like this guy, and then the way he persuaded the court.
I think it was
I was like,
nothing,
yo.
dude.
And then he didn't even fight. Like Mark and Khonshu really weren't fighting for each other. Like, let's take you to the gravesite. They wouldn't go to the gravesite. Like, there were so many things they could have said that they didn't say.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I really enjoyed and loved this episode. I hope they keep it up, and I really hope they stick this landing.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
This was my least favorite episode, but I think a little bit that had to do with that. Even though I was locked in, this is an episode, as we kind of talked about, that was throwing a whole lot at us, like more than the first two. And that also simultaneously was happening while I was watching my daughter, trying to keep her away from the windows because we were experiencing what we thought might be a tornado while this was going on.
I was
You were
watching
watching
it
at the same time.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, we didn't call it up like start it now. It's just how it happened. I was worried about the tornado. I'm trying to figure out if the tornado is going to go down or not because, you know, if I got to jump in the tub with my daughter and put some cushions over us or some shit, I'm like, all right, stop going near the fucking windows. And also, I'm posting one of our news episodes. And then on top of that, I'm also in the middle of a workout.
Oh, my
So
God.
I'm just doing a million things at once, and then I'm also like listening to them, and I'm like, what's with these Chinese subtitles? I had like 8 things going on, and it was a more complex episode. It was kind of hard for me to digest for that reason, but I feel like I did embrace everything enough to review it. It was a really, really good episode. It's one I would like to watch again, not even just because I feel like I missed stuff, but to fully, like I said, take in every little detail that they did nail in on this one. But the middle, I guess, when they were primarily doing that, was a little sluggish for me in a way. Not because it was actually sluggish, but because, like I said, like I'd start to grasp on this detail, and they'd already go, ooh, boom, 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 and I was following each detail, but I didn't get to sit with it for long enough to digest it.
I can
So
understand that.
that didn't really work for me. But seeing, you know, fucking Moon Knight in action, fucking shit
Was
up,
awesome.
finally, was cool as shit. And seeing like what he can endure with the
Oh,
spears
and
and
rest in
everything.
peace, by the way, to the guy that was running the show at
Oh,
the end of
yeah.
it. He's the one that died in that skiing accident in real
Oh
life.
shit! I did not know
Yeah.
that. R.I.P. Sir.
Yeah, and
That's
I was
tragedy
really
for
digging
sure.
his character.
Yeah,
I
dude, he was
loved his
legit.
character.
And
we
then,
might see. Well, no, he got a thing thrown at him, but I'm
Mhm.
hoping we see more of him. I hope it didn't just kill him. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was a
dude.
good character.
yeah, and then the beginning I thought was good. There's one scene in particular we didn't talk about that I loved because it's more of a nitpick thing for me that like I don't mind when they do this because it makes the scene more epic. But there is always that thought in the back of my head like, why don't you just continue the fight? There's a scene in the beginning where they're in the middle of a fight, and out of nowhere, one dude's like, "Oh, it's my turn," and he like licks the knife, And normally in movies and other shows, you've seen this a million times. It's like, hey, I'm the other big bad guy.
Yeah.
And it's like they
Usually
do their
the one
little
that dies real
pose.
quick.
They show off, and then they fight. They like the hero that's fighting them pauses to like watch them show off. What I love that they did, it's a little touch that like it made me laugh out loud. Actually, the guy comes over and that was his signature pose. He licks the knife, and as soon as he gets like halfway, you see it from his perspective. You don't see him cock the punch or anything. Moon Knight or whoever he is in that fucking moment. What's Steven and Mark?
Oh, I know. Now I know
Yeah,
what you're
Mark.
talking about. Okay.
But he said it wasn't even him in that moment either. Actually,
No.
it was a third party. But yeah, he just goes. All you see is like as he's looking at the knife,
Pop,
you
pop.
see pop pop, and I was like, yes. I'm just like, yeah, because even though I do love that, I love giving like the bad guy their signature moment and like it's badass. It was refreshing to see somebody because that is always in the back of my mind. I'm like, why are you stopping to let him do this? Like, fuck him up right here. He's not even guarding or anything. It was funny to me. I'm like it was kind of, and since the creative choice too of not showing him wind up for the punches, it was like you just saw two fists go pop pop in dude's face because it was still on his face and you didn't even know they were coming. It was a surprise. It was like, oh shit, they did it! Like hell yeah, I've always thought about that. Like just keep the fight going. What are we doing? Yeah, like that was like one of my favorite scenes so far.
Yeah, I love that fight.
It was cool.
It was really good.
like I love the way they did that. That was fucking
That
awesome.
third personality fucked them up.
Yeah, they're both like, it's not me either. It's like, what the fuck? You know, motherfuckers over there like, well, it can't be fucking Steven. Like, he's not confused. He's like, it's someone else. Someone else is on this avatar right now. And I don't know who. James Cameron, we need answers.
So yeah, you all let us know
JK.
your thoughts on it. Let us know what you thought of Moon Knight episode 3.
And the show as a whole, what we got so far? We got a banger. Is it still a banger? Will it end in a banger? What do you think? Let us know. We love you guys, man. Ghostface is in shock.